Thanks for joining me today, and I'm going to show you some silver pieces that I picked up, and I want to speak to how I use some of the items that I do pick up, flip them, make some money, and turn that into a way to make sure that I'm not losing any premiums on my stack. Alright everybody, thanks for joining me today. I truly appreciate the support, and I want to speak to how I take some of my pickups and my purchases and I flip them or resell them to pay for the premiums over spot so that my stack always stays in the black, and I think that's really important to focus on. And I like to do it in a way that's fun too. So let's get right to a piece here that I picked up. This is one of the, it was a few weeks back I actually grabbed this and I haven't showed it on the channel yet. And this was a unique piece. I like to grab kind of not the strange and unusual necessarily in this case, but things that are different. So this is a Monarch Precious Metals round. Very cool piece. I love the bold Monarch Precious Metal logo on this one. But I love grabbing items like this that are a little bit unique and different. And I think that because I didn't have this in my stack, it was something that I thought was good to add in there for sure. Now, something like this, I might have a hunter, a friend, a friend that's a hunter, or somebody that's more into this stuff than me, that may offer me, a few more dollars than what I paid for it, or a nice trade. And that's kind of the purpose of some of the more unique items, even if it's not necessarily my style. When you buy these things, you're going to pay a premium on it, as we all know. But people try to, how do you cover that premium? How do you make sure that you're staying in the black with your stack, especially when the markets are doing the roller coaster that they tend to do? A lot of it is I look for key items that I can get very inexpensively and flip for even just a couple of dollars. And then basically what I do is I add that up, and that pays for the premiums over spot over my last, say, 5-10 ounces and things like that. And there will be some things that I do. I won a gold coin a little while back, which was pretty sweet. So, I mean, that's more of a, it's a game of luck right there. But instead of just holding on to it, I decided, well, I'm going to resell that. I bought some more silver with what was left, and the rest of it basically covered my premiums that I would have paid for a big chunk of my purchases over the last little while, meaning that my stack is in the black. And we don't always think about that, and I don't think it's something that you want to worry too much about when you're collecting and making sure that you're enjoying what you're adding into your stack. But when you have an exit plan, I have an exit plan for my stack at some point, for chunks of it anyways, and the idea is to have diversity in the stack, but also have things that will carry a little bit of a premium down the road if I can, but I want to have a big chunk of my stack that is really just things like this, maples, things that I'm able to just basically sell for the spot price, if I need to quickly take it into the LCS, and therefore I've grown my wealth while having fun with my collecting. So this was another piece that I picked up. This is just a regular maple. It was in the capsule, so I just kind of kept it in the capsule. Probably should put this one in there. So this is just one of those pieces that, will go in the stack, gets added to the tube, and eventually I will, down the years when it's come time for the house down payment, whatever it may be, these are the pieces that will get sold off at the LCS nice and quick, so I can use it like a bank basically, and, pay off a big chunk on a down payment or something like that. These pieces helps pay for the premiums on these so that I'm not losing my $250, $350 over spot, whatever it is that I've paid for these. So that's really the game that I play with this, is that the unique ones help me stack more of the closer to spot silver. I have a variety of items, whether it's, standard rounds or coins like this, collectibles like this, or the poured silver, as we know, and the cast stuff, which this happens to be on my desk here, Silver Surfer from Silver to Burn. So, it really depends on what my plan is with those different items. The cast and the poured silver items, and here's a bunker bullion one that I had there. Showed this off a while ago. But these pieces are things that are a little bit closer to my heart that I want to hold on to for a long time. They're from community members and things like that, and that's the stuff that I hold on to for way down the road, and really don't want to be using that for my down payment purchase of the house and things like that. So the next 2 pieces that I picked up, and I was lucky enough to win these in a raffle. So you got to be careful with that. You got to watch your budgeting. Basically, I set myself a little bit of money each week that I'm able to kind of do what I want with it. If I spend more in a raffle, it means I don't go to the fast food or I don't go get more coffee. And that's really how I'm able to do this. It's a lot of self-control. I think through raising children and being a boss for many years and having a lot of expectations on other people to make achievements, it's something that I kind of became part of myself. So I've got pretty good discipline when it comes to that, to just say no when it's not time to be spending money on a raffle. So these are sweet pieces. I had never actually seen these until I won them in the raffle. So let's show you here the right to counsel. And this one is freedom of the press. And they are Johnson Matthey 1 troy ounce silver rounds. Look at that. Really cool pieces. Now I'm going to get a glove here because I want to hold on to them. And through the miracle of editing, I already have my glove on. So here's the freedom of the press one. A nice close up there. Beautiful piece. I'm so happy I was able to grab this. It was a lucky win for sure. But nice and shiny. Whoop, gonna drop it. Just wonderful, and I had not seen these before, and I thought the design was unique, and I'm sure other people out there had seen these, and I think just through circumstance it's one of those things that hasn't come by my way. But the right to counsel, and of course same Johnson Matthey on the back. I really, it's funny because this side to me is almost as nice as the other side. Just love the way they've done the fine silver and the cursive writing there, and then the Johnson Matthey is nice and bold on the top and really clean looking around there with the logo. Love it. So those are a couple great pieces that were added. And again, to speak to this and why we're even here talking about these different pieces, these ones here, I went into the raffle thinking those are neat. I'd love to have those in my stack. I've now owned these. I've touched them. They're cool. They're fun. And these 3 pieces here will very likely end up being flipped or sold, especially with these ones where I didn't spend much on them at all. I think it was about $15 to get both. But that was luck, right? We got to remember that we can't count on that. But when the opportunity opens or knocks, I'm opening the door. So these 3 will end up being flipped and sold at some point in the near future. And then that'll get me a few more dollars over that will help pay for the premiums. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in and I'm going to buy 1, 2, 3, possibly 4, depending on how these sell, right? You never know. But I'm definitely going to buy 3 more ounces, and it's going to cost me 0 cash to do that, because I'm going to get the money back for these, and the extra that I make on them, because they're unique, and the collector, that the person that really wants them doesn't mind spending a few extra bucks, that will then pay for my premiums when I go back in and I pay for my 3 ounces of silver there. It's not always 1 for 1, so maybe in this case, because of what I paid for them, obviously I'm in the clear, but let's pretend I paid a decent price for these ones here. Basically selling all 3 will buy me 2 for sure. That will cover the premiums on this one, and then the leftover will go towards another one. It's kind of how I should put that, right? Because it depends on the premiums too. Generic maples, I tend to be able to get them at the LCS for about $2.50 over spot, but if I save up and I wait, I can buy a bunch for much cheaper than that, right? Or even like a 10-ounce bar or something like that. So cool way to do it, cool way to look at things, keeps it fun for me, and it's not always the way to go. There's lots of other decisions that you can make when you're adding to your stack and how you're going to flip it and add things to it. So just kind of follow what you enjoy, make sure you're having fun with it, and that'll really help you keep focused on what's important. Over the last year, I've been able to put a good chunk of a down payment for a house aside, all in metals, which means that it's mine, I own it, I control it, the bank can't do anything about it, whatever it may be. And when it comes time to cash that in, there's things I have to do to make sure I'm legal and whatnot. Where are you going to get that money from if you're putting down payment on a house? But it's a much more stable way to build your wealth and be able to buy other things as well. And I do believe in different currencies and stock market and things like that to be able to make money, but that's not where you want to save your money and keep your wealth, because those can go away overnight, and that's just something important to remember. But embrace all the people out there that are doing their different ways of stacking for their reasons, as long as they're putting money away for themselves and their family and their future, and they're having a good time doing it. It's a win in my books, everybody. So thanks for hanging out today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I've got some cool, fun videos coming up where they're going to be called Silver Shorts. They're just going to be a quick little video showing something that I picked up or like or enjoy. Just a quick video to keep the channel going, because I have been really busy lately with the business, and that's very good. But I want to make sure that I'm getting lots of content out there for everybody, because I get lots of requests to make sure that I keep it up and people like what I'm sharing. So thank you for that. And yeah, enjoy. We'll talk to you soon, and take care, everybody. Canadian Silver Saver, out.